the re-emergence of the iconic BSA Gold Star. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I would like to invite on stage a man whose vision is absolutely unparalleled, a leader amongst leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman, Mahindra Group, Mr. Anand Mahindra. Please welcome Mr. Mahindra with the hugest applause. BSA Gold Star. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I would like to invite on stage a man whose vision is absolutely unparalleled. Leaders, ladies and gentlemen, the chairman, Mahindra Group, Mr.
Landed on
Anand
Gold
Mahindra.
Beach,
Please
Normandy.
welcome Mr. Mahindra with the hugest applause.
Some ammunition.
BSA Gold Star. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I would like to invite on stage a man whose vision is absolutely unparalleled. Leaders, ladies and gentlemen, the chairman, Mahindra Group, Mr.
And they would
Anand
go over
Mahindra.
dunes.
Please
Normandy.
welcome Mr. Mahindra
Craters,
with the hugest
and
applause.
bodies, and one memorable ammunition through a minefield. Dodging bullets through thick and thin, he would often sleep on his bike. Now I checked dispatch riders.
Leaders, ladies and gentlemen, the chairman, Mahindra Group, Mr.
They would
Anand
sleep
Mahindra.
whenever.
Please welcome Mr. Mahindra with the hugest applause.
Now that man, and one memorable ammunition through a minefield. In 1945, after the ceasefire, dodging bullets, was able to escape through thick and thin. Western Front, got back. He would often sleep on his bike. Now I checked dispatch riders.
Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman, Mahindra Group, Mr.
They would
Anand
sleep whenever.
Mahindra. Please welcome Mr. Mahindra with the hugest applause.
That motorcycling history. And one memorable. Now BSA had many stories apart from that. In fact, I went on to the net and checked, and there were a number of Indian dispatch riders as well. I wouldn't be surprised if some Indian soldier rode the BSA, like Louis Banham too. There are many stories. If you ask yourself, what is a brand? A brand is nothing but a collection of stories, of narratives, a montage of memories, symbolism. That's what makes up a brand. Stories that built up what the BSA brand is today. Essentially, it was battle born, born to battle, whichever way you choose it. And that's a very, very powerful, enduring image, a very potent DNA that you have for any kind of brand. Ironically, today, we're also launching the new 5-door Thar in Cochin. And I thought about this and I said, you know, what's the core kernel brand of our utility vehicle, the Willys Jeep, which is what we licensed and sold here? It was battle-born. And no matter how sophisticated these cars get, that Thar has got an amazing amount of technology today, but when you think of it, you think of its origins in battle. And that's what we have in the BSA as well. A very, very powerful story. Now, let me shift to another of our stories, which is part of our archives. How did we get into the BSA area? And I remember in 2016, David Bennett, this courageous Brit who kept the company, the shell company BSA alive, called me and said the brand is available for sale. I was very excited for the reasons I just mentioned. A very powerful brand, just waiting for somebody to come in and revive it. So we started talking, and as often happens in the corporate world, sometimes bureaucracy gets the better of speed. And unfortunately, one of our, a well-known competitor, was able to steal the deal away from us. I was crestfallen. And I told Anupam, I said, Anupam, we've lost it. 6 months later, I get a call from David. And he says, look, The other guy is just taking his own time. It's taking far too long. Are you still interested? I called, in the speed of lightning, I called Anupam, and we closed the deal in 48 hours and got BSA back. That's our story of BSA, and that's why we're here. Now, let me talk a little bit about India. Very appropriate time on Independence Day. India is certainly on the rise. And this is not about data, about statistics. You can feel it. You can feel it in the air. There's enormous change. There's enormous potential. We are like an oasis of growth, the fastest growing large economy in the world. Yes, miles to go. We have to focus on our quality of life, improving that. That journey is going to be a long one. But it's an indubitable fact that India's time has come. And it's very interesting that when you look at what's happening with BSA, that's not our story alone. There are a number of Indian companies which have gone in and acquired British brands and are reviving them. Why is that? Because frankly, today India is the far larger economy. This is the economy that can give scale to a brand, that can allow people to speed up its resurrection. And I want to mark that when we and other companies have acquired British brands, it's not with any kind of morbid sense of retribution or triumph. There is enormous affection. There's enormous affection for these British brands. There's an affinity and a sense of manifest destiny that it is our job to revive these brands. We're going to have fun doing this as well. And that indomitable spirit of the BSA, which I spoke to you about, embodied by Lewis Banham and others, I want to tell you is hardwired into the new Gold Star. I hope you all are going to get a chance to see it today. It's hardwired into it. It's embedded, that spirit, that DNA. So, on the 78th Independence Day of India, please join me in celebrating India's return to center stage. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, India's return to the center stage. How absolutely well said, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, also the return of the BSA Gold Star. Thank you very much, Mr. Mahindra. Can we have a thunderous round of applause for Mr. Mahindra one more time? Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce the man who does not need an introduction. Please welcome Mr. Alan Cathcart, world's top motorcycle journalist. Take your seats. Do put your mobile phones on silent. We're about to begin shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, please gather around. Do put your mobile phones on silent. We're about to start shortly. Thank you.
Walk in.
Take your seats. Do put your mobile phones on silent. We're about to begin shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, please gather around. Do put your mobile phones on silent. We're about to start shortly. Thank you.
Walk in.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all feeling good, and thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. We're absolutely delighted that you could be with us. Friends from the media, our colleagues, and of course, our well-wishers and enthusiasts again. My name is Sunanda Wong, and I will take you through this beautiful launch. Ladies and gentlemen, a very, very happy Independence Day. Thank you very much for sharing this wonderful time and this little time that you could share with us for this fabulous launch. Now, this is... Take your seats. Do put your mobile phones on silent. We're about to begin shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, please gather around. Do put your mobile phones on silent. We're about to start shortly. Thank you.
Walk in.